tuned into the game,
where evolution is revolution.
Welcome to another edition of the Game Recognized Game podcast with RLJ and Kev. I'm KEV, that's RLJ, and we are the gentlemen advancing the melanin evolution, where evolution is revolution. Back once again, Brother J.
My brother.
It's been a minute, man. The damn life be lifing like crazy, man.
I saw this on social media and I made it my phone wallpaper for a few weeks. Life be lifing, but God be Godding. And yes, these last few weeks, life ain't been no crystal stair, brother.
Very exciting times that we're in, I say, Brother J. Very exciting times.
Is a relative term, but we can go with that.
Very exciting times that we're in, man. It's like some wild stuff has been transpiring, man. And I don't, I'm not one of those cats that's like, yo, the rapture is any day now. He coming back. You know what I'm saying? But a few things here and there and everywhere over the last, I would probably say 2 months, man. It's just makes you makes you think about it, man. Gives you a slight pause to say, yo, is this what I think it is? I don't want to be a cynic, Brother J, or a pessimist, a naysayer, the Debbie Downer. But the Francis Scott Key Bridge collapses, get hit by a tanker. And I mean, the whole bridge just boom. That's like the whole joint just go.
It looked like it was
the whole joint.
It looked like it was a Lego bridge the way it fell.
Joint was just gone, man. And then you got an earthquake in Taiwan that was like 8.0 a few weeks ago. Then you get an earthquake in like New York City. It wasn't quite the thing, but it was still an earthquake in New York City, man.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's these activities over in the Middle East, in Israel, on the Gaza Strip. It's Christianity and Judaism versus Islam. It's Palestinians versus the Israelis. Now we looking at it, it's like on the verge of Iran is hopping their thing in it too. And shit just got a little hairy, man. It's a lot of things that's just coming up, Brother J. It was already the Ukrainian Russian thing was already going on. And then like a few months ago too, it was like dead whales showing up on the ocean.
Right. And the whale was huge, right? It's not
I'm talking like big. We ain't talking like no baby shark whale. Like, nah, man. Like we talking like big ass Humpty Dumpty as whale showing up dead. I just want to let you know, Brother J, I'm not crazy, man. But all this shit, I don't know, man. It just ain't happening for no reason.
Yeah.
I don't want to be the conspiracy theorist. Our show really ain't about conspiracy theories or like one political view or another. Is the earth flat around? It ain't one of them shows, Brother J. But I just watched millions and millions of people go crazy looking up at the sun. Because it was a lunar eclipse, man. One of them times every so often where the moon and the sun align in direct line of sight. And it looks like the moon is blocking out the sun, but the sun is 300 times larger than the moon, but it's the way the optics are. So, everybody went out and bought a pair of dumbass glasses.
Yo, somebody said, I'm trying to think of where I was. They was like, yo, what if it was a hoax? And I was like, I said, what do you mean? They was like, what if they give everybody these glasses and everybody that buys these glasses or utilizes these glasses, like instead of it helping or prevent blindness, it actually aids in establishing blindness.
Yeah, it attaches your
And
retina.
yeah,
As a
in a
result.
way to kill off people. And I was like, they was like, think about it. I was like, I don't want to. And they was like, well, the pandemic, that was population control. And I was like,
Yo, they say the jab, man. You know this. They were talking about the jab, if you got the jab or not.
I was like,
Yeah,
and so depending on who you ask and depending on what information they say, some of it sounds like, oh, that could be believable.
hmm
Yep, it could be believable. But like the movie said, if the Angels can win the pennant, anything can happen.
man. Yo. But see, this a little different, man. We got former president in court today. This nigga in court, he on one of the painted pictures, man. He on one of the painted portraits, man, of a courtroom. He used to be president. People want him to be president again.
and
Felony
they
charges.
and they want all of the things brought against him dropped.
It's crazy. This is what we in, man.
Crimes against humanity. They would be like, oh well, you know, that wasn't that bad. Oh, okay, all right.
Man, tell that to OJ, man. R.I.P. to Rental James Simpson, man. OJ was acquitted of double murder, acquitted in a court of law. And people mad. People was mad then and madder the day he died. The day he died, yo. OJ shot up to the top of the charts once again upon his death, man. Every major news outlet, online and on standard television platforms, OJ was the topic of conversation for a good week, man.
Mm-hmm.
I saw in many headlines a complicated legacy for the juice.
Someone brought this up, and I said, when we think about and we go back and we examine how OJ was introduced. OJ was introduced as a pawn in the game. Issues started to happen when he wasn't allowing people to treat him as if he was a pawn. Because he could do no wrong when he was winning or getting those dollars for those that don't look like him. Then all of a sudden, he's no longer playing and he's no longer abiding by the quote unquote rules of the elite circle. And now there's a problem. I was like, you wasn't a problem when he was scoring and running and all of those things, but now it's an issue. They keep bringing up the court case. Did he do it? I wasn't there. I don't know. What I will say is the prosecutor didn't do a good enough job to convince the jury that OJ in fact was guilty.
Hey, man, OJ had a better team, man, better resources. When you got money, that's kind of what happens, right? You get resources to get the best lawyers in the world to make sure that you are represented in the justice system the way that you feel like that gives you the best chance to win.
Hey, because brother Cochran wasn't cheap.
Nah, you come on, man.
He wasn't cheap at all, and this went on for a very long time.
Yeah. And the trial itself was 9 months, almost 10 months.
And so thinking about how he was introduced to the world as this celebrity or football savior that they wanted to be under their thumb. It's funny how the tables turn, bro. And so all of a sudden, all of the good that he did, quote unquote, before the trial, that somehow got erased and banished. Once again, now I'm not saying whether he did it or not. That's not my call.
Yeah.
I'm also not one to say, is he burning in hell or is he kicking it in heaven? That's not my call either. What I am saying is, and we've mentioned this several times with different celebrities that have transgressed, if you will, how we are real quick to forget or try to erase someone's legacy over one incident's or not even just an incident, over one allegation. None of us have done like the due diligence in the research. We just go off of what media feeds us. Now we know that media will provide different stories based on the complexion for the connection.
And for our listeners, OJ was acquitted in '94 of double murder in a criminal trial, um, was convicted in the civil trial, and owed a judgment to the families that they never received. So,
And they're trying to get that from his estate.
Oh, and I think it's a wrap on that, man. I think they missed out. I think they missed out. Yeah.
Well, it depends on if the estate, like that, like the house and all the stuff that he owned, like someone was explaining that if it's in a certain type of trust, then it can't be touched. But if it isn't, then anything that is owed will be paid.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. But to your point, um, hey man, the dude was found not guilty in the court of law. That was acquittal.
The same court system that they tell us to
I,
trust in.
I'm just saying that's what it was, right? I don't have a heaven nor a hell to put OJ in, but I do find if it's sad, and his death, what saddened me is the fact that um a lot of different media platforms were trying to erase OJ, the accomplished person before the trial, and almost OJ the man. Like, some of the stuff that people were saying about dude, like, yo, he still got kids that's still alive, man.
Yeah.
Just gotta see this. He got people that love him that's still alive. Like, yo, if you don't have nothing good to say, don't say nothing. But it's almost like, damn, man, our society so jacked, man. We trying to drink, we trying to bring down a dead man. Yo, he already dead. What more else can he say? He dead.
Because people ain't got nothing else to do, bro.
That's just crazy to me, man.
People ain't
And
got nothing else to do.
I ain't saying, OJ is innocent or guilty. What I am saying is, hey, he played the hand that he was dealt. But I don't condone violence or murder or nothing. Yo, I think he got the same amount of years for robbing the dude and taking his own shit back that he probably would have got if he was convicted of the murder. They gave him 33 years for the air quote armed robbery in Vegas. They gave him 33 years. He did nine and a half.
I didn't realize he was in jail that long.
Hell yeah, oh yeah, hell yeah,
But
yeah.
once again, he wasn't my neighbor. I didn't know him
Yeah,
personally.
yeah,
So,
but the thing is, shit, man, he probably would have got, normally if he wasn't OJ Simpson, I think they say they probably would have gave him 18 months, suspended some of it, and that was for robbery.
But I think that was like their version of retribution. Like, oh,
yeah.
We
That
ain't
was
get you on
white reparations.
Yeah, we ain't get you on the other thing. We gon' yeah, you gonna give me some of that. Yeah, this
yeah,
is,
man. And so I don't know. I feel a different kind of way, man. I mean, yo, like I said, I don't know. It's just like many other greats in our communities that fall short in the eyes of God, man. Like, yo, at one point, like OJ Simpson was like a superhero in the black community, man. Despite him being like crazy, uber celebrity and all this other stuff, but like OJ, like niggas in the hood love OJ, man. Like for real.
And Kev, we talked about this a long time ago, right? We talked about how one, we hold individuals to a high standard when they are elevated to certain roles. And one thing that we discussed, and I can't remember if we discussed it on the show or it was just, one of our bourbon conversations. A lot of these individuals, they didn't ask for all the stuff that we've quote unquote as the Black community have bestowed upon them.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember
The
asking
the
someone,
responsibility of the image.
yeah, like, ain't
Yeah,
nobody asked for this.
yeah.
I was talking to, I won't say his name, because I don't want no smoke. And he's probably listening. He's probably gonna laugh. I was talking to a former NBA player, and his mother was trying to convince me of creating an event so that he could show up and do something for the community. But he said,
Or
I
like
want,
stage, like a stage kind of.
but no, not
Oh, we doing
necessarily,
Thanksgiving. Oh, I just happened to bring 50 turkeys. Let them give it
but
away.
not necessarily stage, but creating
Yeah,
the opportunity for him to be in service to the community.
got it.
And so he was like, I want to do that shit. And I started laughing. He was like, I don't want to do that. She said, well, what about going to the library to read to the kids? He said, ain't nobody read to me. He said, why all of a sudden, because I've made it into the NBA, like, why do you feel like I have an obligation to do all of these things for the community that didn't do anything for me? And I was like,
That's heavy.
he's like, I didn't ask to, like, go. They was like, go sign autographs, because there was a basketball league and they look at you as a role model. He said, I didn't sign up to be a role model. He said, I play basketball. That's the extent of my job. All of these
That's on
other
some Charles
things,
Barkley shit.
yeah, he said, all
I-
these other
yeah.
things you're attributing to me. He was like, I didn't sign up for that. And somebody about, well, it comes with the territory. He was like, it doesn't. It doesn't have to. Like, he's like, now I make donations when I feel the need to donate. He's like, but I'm not going to do anything different because I've arrived at a level that I've never been at, or that quote unquote celebrity status. He said, but no, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna donate and volunteer at the same places I did before I made it in the league. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna back to my old school, and I'm gonna do that. He said, but go on all these other places and going to sign autographs. He said, no, 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 no. And then him having to like defend his character because he's not showing up to somebody's fish fry to raise $45 a plate because they put his name on the flyer and it makes it look like he's there. He was like, no, you not benefiting off of me. I play
Mhm.
basketball. I took care of my mama. I got her out the hood. She ain't got to worry about nothing. I give to my school every year. Them kids gonna get some stuff for free from me. And the people that poured into me and the places and spaces that welcomed me, those are the places that I'm pouring into. All this other stuff, y'all can go to hell. But we do that as a community. We put these unrealistic expectations on people because quote unquote they've arrived at this level or they've made it. And then the second something happens, the second they don't they do something that doesn't fit our expectations, then we're quick to knock down the podium that we've allowed them to stand on. It's really sad. This is, an example would be, oh, I don't want to know how, I don't know how to say this. So I'm not going to reference it. I'm going to say, think of the celebrities and the entertainers
Yeah.
who do some.
Going through a tough time right now. A lot of celebrities, a lot of
There's a
beef,
few.
lot of beef out there, man. Rap beef and celebrities out there just get kind of getting caught up in a few things, man. It's like
Yes,
yeah,
and
yeah.
yes, and right. Like I hear all of that, and then thinking about bef- before X, Y, and Z hit the news, like y'all didn't have a problem taking his money or taking her money or naming a building after them or like the kids that have gone to college. Like there was one woman who said she was going to turn in her diploma because she received a scholarship from a celebrity, and the celebrity was there were allegations around poor
Oh,
poor judgment and behavior. And somebody
that
said,
woman's
so
stupid. That woman sounded stupid
dumb
as
as
shit.
hell. And someone said,
Hey
you
yo,
finna
that woman sound like I definitely don't want to be around her. No, that woman is a blessing blocker.
they said, okay, so you got your degree 20 some years ago from and you were able to go to this prestigious institution from a scholarship that was primarily funded by this individual's
And I'm gonna give it back.
and
I'm gonna give it back.
you're gonna give your degree back.
Dude.
I said, but does the degree have your name or their name? It's just the principal. And you are a principal idiot.
I don't want no kind of part of that principality, partner. Like, people, man, people have been traumatized, man.
But and Kev, I don't even know. I don't even know if it's okay. It's a version of being traumatized.
I'm gonna give my degree, my whole degree back.
Which means, technically speaking, that if you give it back, you're not qualified to get the ones that come as a contingency of having the first one. Right? Like, people aren't thinking. People also, I ain't even gonna say her name, but there was a rapper who was turned away from speaking at a school because they smelled like weed. And people were defending the rapper. And there were individuals on my social media timelines that were defending the rapper, of which they don't know, but have crucified individuals that they do know over less.
Yeah, that's the society we in, man.
Bro, I was so perplexed. You know it's bad when a black man says perplexed.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I was so
gonna lie, man. You've gone past a point of no return when we use perplexed, man, because that means like niggas is really out of words.
Bro, I was so like I was reading it and I found myself like I had to coach myself out of the space, and I literally had to remove myself from social media for a couple of days because I'm like, one, I'm tired of seeing this rapper on my timeline. Like, why is the algorithm keep showing me this stuff? Two,
piss you off, man. I'm telling you, man, it's Matrix.
And two, why are these individuals who should have intellect defending it? Why not just say, man, that's unfortunate, and just keep it moving? But I mean, I have individuals who have like posted numerous elongated posts about this situation, and I'm just like, so I asked one I saw at a restaurant. I said, would you want somebody smelling like weed come in to talk to your student? And then it was a complete different thing. It's no. Well, you also got to think, where we at and blah, blah, blah. No, now you making excuses. Now you justifying certain people's actions because of who they are.
You basically telling the students you can show up to school smelling like weed.
In a school that doesn't permit smoking.
Yeah.
Right? And so I said, you don't want people that are in your family around your child that smokes weed. So why would it be okay just because you like these individual songs for them to come into the school? I said, that's weird to me. What's also weird is that if it was somebody else or something else that the principal said, no, not in my school, like, or if the principal let some stuff come into the school, y'all would be complaining that the principal let the stuff in the school. So when the principal's doing their job of protecting the students and like being on brand for what they are, whatever the campaign is at the school, like what bro, what the fuck be going on, bro? Like,
nah, man, because I think people People like to make a point and stand on air quotes business. They like to make a point and stand on something that could be completely wrong or exaggerated or inaccurate or what have you. I mean, think about this, man. OJ been kind of out of the public's eye a little bit. You know, he been in the hood's eye in terms of like him on certain podcasts and stuff like that. But for the most part, he's been out of mainstream's eye for some time. The day he dies, he's on every major news platform as breaking news, bruh. Breaking news. Not oh, by the way, OJ Simpson died today at the age of 76. Nah. Breaking news.
Yeah.
Every station, every channel. And the wild thing is like, yo, OJ kind of created reality TV, man, when you think about it. His trial, and that joint was like content every single day for like 18 months, starting from the chasing the Bronco. Like OJ created reality TV, man. Like seriously, and I'm saying that tongue in cheek, but also like, yo, he created the Kardashians. Ray J kind of set it off, but OJ created a name for the Kardashians.
I can see that, yeah.
Like created a name for like OJ created TMZ by way of his trial, bro. All the people who like news anchors now and got their own shows on different platforms, they started doing OJ during the trial.
And the funny part about that is, going back to what my homeboy said, OJ ain't asked for none of that. And I think we as individuals, we fail to realize that regardless of the level or status that individuals rise to, or maybe are even elevated to, that they are still human. Right? When we think of some of the dumb decisions that some of the celebrities within the Black community have made, they're still human. Did X, Y, and Z happen at this party? I don't know. I wasn't there. There's a possibility that it happened. Somebody's like, oh no, he did that shit. You don't even know. Like, you was 3 when it happened.
Yeah, man.
You were 3. You were 3 and probably still wearing a diaper because of how your cognitive skills are now. Like, you was probably behind in development then. So like, now all of a sudden, oh no, they did that shit because blah, 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 blah. Where did you even get that idea from?
Hey man, they had the evidence and they didn't prosecute where they were supposed to, and they got whooped. That's it, man.
And they've been trying to get him back
that's crazy. That's crazy, man. Like you said, man, I'm not saying the dude is innocent. I'm saying he was found not guilty in the court of law. In the court of law, he was found not guilty. In the court of law, he was acquitted. And so I gotta go by, a law-abiding citizen. This is the land of the free, home of the brave. We have a judicial system that's equitable and fair. It can't be equitable and fair based on when you want it to be. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, this like dude got off, couldn't go on with his life. Double standard, brother Jay. Double standard. But and I hate that OJ is like the example that we're using, because I'm pretty sure there's other examples out there of Black men that have kind of been persecuted, completely innocent of their crime, but didn't have the resources of OJ Simpson. And they had to go through some compromising times as a result of it. And so, I hate the fact that like OJ Simpson is in MLK's words, the drum major of justice in this case, because that's what we say justice is supposed to look like, right? A man is innocent until proven guilty, has a right to due process.
A white man is innocent.
Yeah,
until
yeah,
proven guilty.
yeah, yeah. But OJ followed the rules and didn't reap any of the benefits, man. Like, yo, for real. Like, I think that's why at least cats in the hood fuck with OJ, man, because it's like, yo, he got off. That's what we want for. We got off.
Yeah. And that was you said that was 94, right? What year was Rodney King? 91, 92?
92. Yeah. So basically, OJ's off the tail end of the dead going hot coals and woods just simmering down from burning from the Rodney King verdict.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So yeah, conspiracy theory. Yeah, if you want to say it with some get back, whatever, man. I'm still waiting on my reparations. OJ getting off ain't helped the black community. If anything, it made it worse. Oh, well, then nobody say like OJ getting off was a help or plus for the black community, man. It seemed like the police, the crime against black men from the police got worse after that.
Yeah.
But RIP to Orenthal James Simpson, man. Big fan of the Naked Gun movies. I ain't know the people. I pray for all families that was impacted by some BS, man. But I can't say that brother did it. That's just my opinion.
I wasn't there, bro.
Yeah, you. Yeah,
And
you. Yeah.
I would tell people all the time, like, what you think about Bad Boy Entertainment? What you think about that? I wasn't there.
Hey, man.
That's what I would say. I wasn't there. I
The
don't
only
know.
thing that I will say about that is I'm still listening to Biggie Smalls music. I don't give a damn. However, yo, man, if your name popping up in different kind of circles, but like the theme is the same, it's probably some validity to it, right? So I ain't saying somebody guilty or innocent or what have you.
Two
I'm just
things can be true at once.
yes.
And we talked about this with R.
Yes.
Kelly. We talked about this
Yo.
about Michael Jackson.
Yeah, when your name keep popping up and it's a similar theme over and over, but it's like the same story, but from a different person.
Shit is suspicious, right?
Yeah.
Once again.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Once again, two things can be true at once. That could have happened. And this track that came out in 98 is a banger.
Yeah.
And I'm still gonna listen to it. Like,
yeah, man.
We being able to separate the artist from the art.
Yeah.
Right. We had this conversation, especially with Bill Cosby. We don't know Bill Cosby personally. We knew Heathcliff Huxtable. We knew what was produced and the images and the visions we saw of a black family, primetime NBC. That's what we knew.
We didn't know the Quaalude loving Dr. William Cosby.
We didn't know any of that, right? I wasn't there. Nor am I defending.
Bill.
I'm not defending, nor am I accusing. What I am saying is, we ain't know who he was. We knew a fictional character as Heathcliff Huxtable that was welcomed into our house one night a week. That's what we knew. And for many individuals, that was the only structured stability that they had as a family. Like, that was it.
That's real shit.
And so, like, somebody got real mad at me because I was Step in the Name of Love came on. I can't remember where we was. And hey, Negroes was partying. It was right after the pandemic. People ain't been outside. Step in the Name of Love came on. Wasn't nobody worried about who was singing the song. We was stepping to the left, it was two-step city, Chi-Town stepping. Somebody was like, I would never dance to that song again. I said, but your children was made to I Don't See Nothing Wrong. Now they ready to fight me. Oh. You was playing.
Well, see, you dated him, you called him old, and you called him accepting of poor behavior all in like one thing. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it was
children. See, when you say your children were made, and that means that you listened to the song was in your heavy rotation at one point. Your kids came out as a result of it. So like you more guilty than I am.
Well, not to mention like some of the
That's what you
like
said.
that's fair. That's fair if that's what they heard.
That's
But
what they heard.
not to mention, I have background on this individual where I know some of the stuff they did is far worse than what he did.
Mm.
But we don't want to talk about that because he's an entertainer. He was supposed to do this and he did this. I believe he did. Okay.
Yo, people like to be like Judge Judy or Joe Green or Joe Brown or whatever the dude name is. Judge Mathis.
For
People
other
love to be
people's
judged.
lives.
Yeah, people love to be judges, man.
For other people's lives. And one woman, I rarely engage in debates. I don't. One, everyone and everything's not debatable. You have your opinion. If mine is different than yours, I don't have to share it. Because I'm not going to gain or lose anything by sharing. Like my value is not going to change. My life is not going to be increased by sharing my different opinion than yours. So one woman, Michael Jackson came up. And I'm typically quiet only because I know like once I start, I'm gonna flip tables with my words and like people are gonna be wounded. So that's why I don't be playing games, Kev. Like I sit there and I mind my business. But when you keep like bringing me in, so somebody said something about a Michael Jackson song. I was like, oh no, my favorite is blah blah blah. She said, oh, so you listen to a pedophile?
That's kind of harsh. Like you just came out that was woo. That's heavy.
Now, Kevin, Brother Holmes,
I get it.
You know me.
I know,
So
man, but that was
I looked at the woman
hmm.
and her husband who was sitting beside her, and I look at him. I said, so by your logic, you can marry them, but I can't listen to one who has been alleged? And everybody in the room gets quiet. Now, the husband's ready to fight me as I'm pulling up the sex offender list that he is registered on for the rest of his life. What are we doing? Because one, I wasn't in the conversation. I was minding my business. And once again, I said, I don't know what Michael Jackson did. I know what he was alleged of. Right? By logic, Michael, will I rule it out that he didn't do it?
Hey, acquitted in the court of law, man.
What my place, right?
Want my monkey, want my show.
Literally. What was the monkey's name?
Bubbles.
Bobo? Bubbles.
Bubbles.
And so I said, once again, right, we are putting labels on individuals. I'm listening to his music. I'm not saying I'm riding or die for his lifestyle. Like, once again, it's the art. You, on the other hand, you married someone who was already on the sex offender list. And now I said, glass houses.
People got to chill, man.
You should have got rid of that stone you threw in your hand. So now the husband ready to fight me. And I said, oh, see, once again, you keep trying to put your hands on people. Didn't you learn the last time? Didn't you learn the last time when you put your hands on somebody that you shouldn't have?
That's crazy. That's wild.
Now everybody wild, looking at me like, nigga, you got to go home. I said,
yo,
bro,
man,
so
this is how you manage your social obligations. You make sure that people don't send you invites to shit.
That's fine. And so everybody in the room gets quiet, but everyone in the room is agreeing with me. I said, yo, you was wrong for coming at me like that. And two, you should probably forever remain silent on this one.
Everybody gotta need a good receipt manager.
Yeah, you should. And her husband to this day still wants to fight me, bro. He still wants to fight me. Every time I see him, he
just saying, man, that was kind of fighting words right
was
there,
it?
bro.
Oh, well. Keep your hands off children, we wouldn't have to use those words.
Ooh, hey, man.
Because unlike the allegations of other people, like there was evidence. You weren't acquitted, my man. You were found guilty.
Yeah, man.
I'm
just saying that's a big thing to me, man. Like, yo, especially if you were acquitted for something and you went through the process and you were acquitted, like that's the purpose of the process, right?
Now, if you did it and you were acquitted, that's something between you and your
Yeah, that's
God.
between you and God, man. But in
That's
terms of just like me just being a regular Joe Schmo,
ain't got nothing to do with me. Ain't none
I
of my
got nothing to do
business.
with me. But then you was acquitted
Ain't got nothing to do with
by
me.
by a jury of your peers.
But listen, whenever the man in the mirror come on, I'ma sing it.
Hey man, that's a bad song, man. I ain't gonna
Huh?
make shit. I ain't cut out Michael Jackson, man. I ain't
Off the
cut out none
wall,
of. I
I'ma
ain't
sing
cutting
it.
out. I ain't cut out no Michael Jackson. I ain't cutting out no Michael Jackson. I ain't cutting out no Biggie
I
Smalls.
I am separating the art from the artist.
I don't know, man. But I mean, I guess that's the crazy part. I think with OJ, people intertwine the complexity of his legacy at their convenience for ratings or for entertainment or for clickbaits, and it's kind of jacked up because like, damn man, you were acquitted, but it came at a cost. Like he still paid the price. He might as well have got convicted.
Yeah,
He still paid the price.
he did. He did. And
You get acquitted, you was basically on lifetime parole probation. You couldn't do nothing else, or you was gonna get the time that you should have got, but because you was acquitted.
yeah,
And that's the armed robbery thing in Vegas that was, I think it was punitive, and that was on some get back.
yeah. I don't
But
know, man.
hey man, God have mercy on his soul, man. Prayer for his family, man. Somebody did lose a father, grandfather, uncle. Like, somebody cared about OJ Simpson, man. God
Yeah,
damn.
yeah.
That's crazy, man. And then we lost a few other giants too, man. Lewis Gossip Jr., man. Like,
Bro, that stung. That stung.
yeah, that
That
hurt. That
stung.
hurt. You know, so
I saw that and like my chest got tight. I was like, and why do we think that everybody gonna live forever, bro? Like
I
there's
mean, and we like, and we talking. I mean, OJ was 76. Lewis Gossip, I think, was in his 80s.
but like think about when Ozzie Davis or when Ruby D died or Cicely
Yeah,
Tyson.
yeah,
We grieve as if we was expecting them to outlive us.
yeah. That's true, man. That's true. But I mean, I just remember Lewis Gossip Jr. back in the day, man. Like Officer and the Gentleman, like he was one of the first heavy black actors that, I don't know, man. He just kind of demanded respect.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
Right
love.
along with Sidney Poitier.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it
man.
was, but it stung because I had a moment. I was like, Ronald, this man was clearly older than you, and eventually, like old age kind of indicates like ensuing death. Like life
Yeah,
happens, but why? But
yeah.
we sometimes think that individuals are just going to live forever because like they mean so much to the culture.
Yeah, man. And I guess that's the strange thing, because even in the same week, you had DJ Mr. C
Mm-hmm.
discovered Biggie Smalls, DJ for Big Daddy Kane, man. He discovered Biggie Smalls essentially and put him on. So like that's crazy.
Yeah,
And then Rico Wade of Organized Noise passed away. I think Mr. C was 57, Rico Wade was 52. And like, yeah, shit, man. Are you supposed to die in your 50s? Question mark. Right?
yeah,
So, black men, man, we coming and going. We gotta stick together. Gotta stick together, man. But yeah, you can't, people talk as much trash as they want about OJ. If it weren't for OJ Simpson, you wouldn't have your favorite reality shows. There would be no Skims by Kim Kardashian, because you wouldn't know about the Kardashians, period.
Kanye would have never found it.
Kanye would have never found me. I ain't gonna lie, man. Oh, y'all need to credit OJ for a lot of stuff, man. A lot of stuff that y'all, all the headline stories on the gram that you want to get into, that started with OJ Simpson, man. Just saying, you're welcome. You're welcome. Put some respect on that man's name. Rest in peace to the juice. Rest in peace to the juice. Hey, man, with that being said, you've just witnessed another edition of the Game Recognize the Game podcast with RLJ and Kev. I'm KEV, that's RLJ, and we are the gentlemen advancing the melanin evolution, where evolution is revolution. Until next time, be light.
Be like.